Welcome to Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. Last week, I had to travel to Iowa from Minnesota early in the morning to teach a class. I drove along the road past homes with darkened windows. Soon, a few lights began to light those windows. It brought me back to my days as an ambulance attendant. My favorite time to go out on a call, believe it or not, was about 3 a.m. We had a 35-minute transport time to the hospital, and so on our way home from the hospital, usually about 6 or 6:30, I would watch as lights slowly began to come on as we drove toward home. I would imagine the people inside beginning their morning routine, getting out of bed, going to the bathroom, getting dressed, making coffee, eating breakfast, the same routine day after day. It always fascinates me. I'm not sure why, but as one who is not tied to routine, who relishes change, I find my morning routines in life most comforting. I've shared about having coffee each morning in my Harvey cup, sitting in my dad's old chair. Same routine, and I feel such peace. When people experience a loss, a trauma, or anything disruptive to their lives, one of the ways to gain balance or to get some sense of gathering the self together to begin healing or making sense of life going forward is to return to routine. Even the little things like taking down Christmas decorations after a month of parties, family gatherings, shopping, or many other disruptions in our routine. Taking down those decorations so we can return to order, to routine, is comforting. Perhaps it gives us a sense of control again. Our schedules return to order, and we feel a sigh of contentedness. During these past 2 months, we've been thrust into a world of disorder and unknown and often unwanted change, leaving us what I define as vulnerable. At the last Monday family Zoom with my siblings and mom, we talked about the definition of vulnerable. Among us, there were two definitions. And guess what? They are both right. Mhm. According to the Merriam Webster Dictionary, vulnerable is defined as capable of being physically or emotionally wounded, open to attack or damage. However, in 2011, Brene Brown conducted research and discovered another way of looking at the definition of vulnerability. We show Brene Brown's TED Talk, The Power of Vulnerability, before our graduate students begin their program in professional school counseling. I have watched it so many times, and it continues to speak to me. She posits that we are hardwired to feel connection. It gives our lives purpose and meaning. However, she found in her research that when she asked people about love, they told her about heartbreak. When she asked them about belonging, they told her about being excluded. And when she asked about connection, they told her about disconnection. Brene began looking for people who she defined as wholehearted. She found that people who had a sense of being wholehearted lived with a deep feeling that they were worthy of love and connection. They had courage to be imperfect, to be kind to themselves and others. And then her research led her to the thing that really connected these folks. They were willing to be vulnerable, to say, I love you first, to invest in relationships, to accept hard truths, to live without the need to control everything and everyone. Fear makes us numb vulnerability, but when numbing one feeling, we numb others along with it, like joy, gratitude, happiness. Brown says when we numb feelings, we become miserable and keep looking for purpose and meaning. She says, when we are willing to be vulnerable, to let ourselves be seen, deeply seen, to love with our whole hearts, to practice gratitude and joy in those moments of fear and say, we're enough, then we stop screaming and begin listening. We're kinder and gentler to people and to ourselves. Hmm. I think when we feel we are worthy of love and connection, we stop trying to prove ourselves. We live the courage to be vulnerable, willing to open ourselves to hurt, disappointment, and sadness because we know we can discover purpose and meaning and ultimately love. If you find it hard to be that kind of vulnerable, It begins with self reflection and a decision to take little steps to admit our fear, self talk that you are worthy of love and connection, and courage to open yourself to the risk of being seen as you. Slowly, you will become like the darkened windows of a house in the early morning. Your light will come on, and others will know someone is home. Hmm. This week on your bathroom mirror, write, I will be vulnerable, so my connection to others will be a light, letting them come into my home. Join me next Monday for Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.